Hi everyone, welcome to Misalignment Tarot. This is going to be your December career tarot reading, insight, foresight, and guidance. If you do not need a tarot reading, especially in your career, do not watch this reading, as I don't want your energy to transpose itself into the reading. I want this reading to be relevant for people who come here for insight, for their careers, or their jobs in the month of December. I am recording on December 4th. The time is 10:26. I use the time I start the readings as the angel number guidance, and I'm going to start with the angel number. I'm 1 minute in now. I'm kind of waiting for people to show up to the live here on YouTube, but we'll start rather quickly here. I limit my lives to 15 minutes now. You can come back and watch this reading when you have time if you can't stay for this reading now. All my lives remain available on YouTube for free. My channel is about alignment and guidance. I have been doing tarot for 10 years and I've had several different nicknames on the platforms, but most widely known as Perspective and Wisdom. I took a break for over a year from doing readings because I had personal health challenges that I was working on. And now I'm fully recovered and I really wanted to come back and start doing readings again. I do provide personal readings. You can request one from my website if you would like a personal reading. I only provide 15-minute readings, and right now they are $45. The angel number guidance for December for your career is 1026. It is a message to stay optimistic and avoid worrying about material possessions. The card at the bottom of the deck as a general energy for December in your career is the King of Swords reversed. This man is a tyrant. This is a deceptive masculine energy, especially in business. He certainly needs to be watched out for. You are dealing with an extremely manipulative, strategic, malicious, secretive, masculine energy in your career. This man does not know what he wants. He's planning on something, I think he has personal career challenges, financial challenges that he himself is strategically trying to overcome, but he doesn't know what he wants. That's the general energy for December. This definitely could be someone in your career. It's someone in their 40s. He doesn't talk he's not a clear communicator. And yesterday on my walk with my dog, I thought of something about miscommunication. I spent a lot of my time misinterpreting miscommunication from others in my life. And now that I'm 45 years old and very much have been heavy into communication for the last 10 years, and also worked with a lot of people that claimed to not understand what I say because I'm a sharpshooter. People don't like that. You know what? Miscommunication, yes, miscommunication can happen, but most of the time it's deception. Basically, when someone is lying to you, doesn't want to hear your truth, that's not miscommunication, that's deception. And there's a huge difference. So that's this guy. He may act aloof. He could be someone that rejects a lot of things, but he is strategically planning on what his next moves are going to be. And his main goal is overcoming his financial challenges because he has financial challenges, possibly went through some and shit. This could be a man who looks very trustworthy. His sign is not important. Also, this is a man who's been divorced. He could be somebody that you trust. or someone who comes across as, and in fact is caring, okay, but he is not somebody you should trust at all, actually. All right, here's what's going on in career in December. I understand that people come and go during the lives, and that's fine. Just know that if you don't stay for the entire reading, this live is going to be available in my YouTube lives. It's a general reading, and it's for anyone that needs guidance in their career, for insight and foresight. I get a little rushed when I see people come and go from the rooms, and it makes me very nervous, actually, even though I've been doing this for 10 years. So I try not to look at the screen when I'm reading because it takes away from my attention. What's going to happen in December in your career is I see you being very focused. You're working on something. You've been working on something diligently, grounded for a very long time, and it hasn't worked out for you. There's delays. You haven't been successful. You're constantly faced with delays and lack of success. World and the Wheel of Fortune both reversed. That's not a good sign. Please note, I'm a straightforward reader. I don't sugarcoat my readings. I know there's a lot of readers out there that are doing a fabulous job promoting positivity, but I've been there, done that, okay? And I'm not that kind of a reader anymore. I just read the cards, and from what I've seen, they're pretty fucking accurate, okay? And if you don't want it to be accurate, don't listen to the reading. What can I say? If you didn't need a psychic, then you wouldn't be watching somebody telling you what's going to happen, right? I'm not solely focused on predictions. I kind of want to see the bigger picture, and the bigger picture gives us some options. So if you're somebody that's not a black and white thinker, then I'm definitely the reader for you. Also, if you need a hype man, I'm not that person, okay? I'm not trying to hype anybody up here. I'm not responsible for the life decisions that you make. You're supposed to be making those decisions. And if you get some ideas that you don't have yourself from this reading, maybe you can make better choices. At least move with a little bit more certainty in your career. Generally speaking, you should not trust some sort of an authority figure that you're dealing with. You've been working really hard for a long time with no results, and you may be losing courage. I think that out of the blue, after maybe a year of delay, misfortune, bad luck in your career, you're going to get a partnership deal. The Two of Cups is here. It's going to be unexpected. And with the Wheel of Fortune here in the room, I just think that the wheel that has been stuck, basically your luck that has been stuck, is going to be shifted by the grace of God, because the Tower is an act of God. It's not something that you can do. Also, the misfortune that you have experienced in your career was out of your control, so don't take personal responsibility for it. I looked at the screen and a lot of people came and left, and I got distracted now. I actually get very discouraged during these lives, so I'm thinking of not doing lives anymore. I might just pre-record my longer readings and post them on YouTube. Most of the time, the people that come into the lives, I don't even know why the fuck they come and stay, but some of them just distract me, and I really don't appreciate that. I just don't. I think that this shakeup for a partnership with the Hierophant here, this is An organization, for example, can be coming to you out of nowhere. It's going to feel unplanned, out of nowhere. It might throw you off because I see you overthinking this, and it's kind of like you lose your sense of focus. I'm going to turn off the comments. You lose your sense of focus when this organization or this partnership comes through. Whatever it is, the Hierophant could be an authority figure. Okay. This could be HR. Okay. It's like they've thought about it for a while. They sat on it. They could be coming to you with the Page of Wands in the reverse is usually bad news. It could be immature, something immature. I just don't see that it's coming from a good place, okay? It's not like they're offering you the offer of a lifetime or anything. I just want you to understand this because you're a very grounded and practical person. And when something like this comes out of the blue to try to shake you up for a partnership, I see you considering it with the Two of Wands here. You're considering it with the Ace of Pentacles here in the reverse. It could end up being a missed opportunity. It could be a false opportunity. So let's look into and expand. Double click on the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, it's a shitty job offer, okay? It's something that's short term. It's not going to grow. Page of Pentacles in the reverse is a waste of time. It's a very short focus, like whatever it is. I don't think it's going to be worthy of you. Ooh, Five of Swords. It's definitely not going to be worthy of you because this offer is most likely coming from it's coming from a King of Swords, a very deceptive man, okay? He is only interested in what he's going to get out of this deal. Like I said, I'm limiting my readings on the lives for 15 minutes, so I have 3 minutes left. Let me hurry up. I see you exploring this, thinking about it, and I see you feeling very stressed. Like you can't sleep at night, you're tossing and you're turning, you're confused, you lack the mental clarity, you're not happy with this offer, you're not feeling good about it, and you're overthinking. You're like, oh, but if I go, what's going to happen? If I explore this partnership, what will my daddy think? I don't know, maybe your dad has a really fucking strong hold on your career, but it's like you're worried about leaving your dad behind, some shit like that. I think you're going to worry and go into paranoia and a state of analysis paralysis for sure. You're just besides yourself. I can almost feel the energy. You're worried about what your daddy is going to say. You know what? All your daddy's going to say is shit that's going to piss you off anyway, because he's a control freak and he's a very unrealistic person. I don't care how old he is. He is unrealistic. He talks and acts like a child. He's self-interested. He has addictions. He doesn't even like his own family. He doesn't even like his own job. So don't worry about what your daddy is going to say, okay? Focus on yourself. I think that you need to overcome your fear. I don't know where that came from, but you know what? If your dad doesn't pay your car bill, it doesn't really matter too much what he's going to say. Also, is he contributing to your 401k? Is he going to be there for you when you fucking get disabled? Probably not. Okay, don't worry about it too much. The Moon card, and I say when you get disabled because eventually we all get old and shit goes wrong in our lives. And then we just don't need advice and other people's opinions. We need cash, cold hard cash. And that's coming from a January Capricorn, okay? I mean that from the bottom of the pits of my soul. There is nothing besides death that money can't solve. Okay, and when we die, it doesn't matter anyway. I think that looking ahead, you're exploring your options. I told you I'm a blunt reader. I don't like talking about myself too much in my readings anymore. Eventually, it comes out though. You're like facing your fears. Wow, you're really going to overthink this partnership. But there must be a reason why you feel so uneasy about this offer that's coming through. And that's because the man who is coming through is self interested. He didn't care about your needs. That's why you have to understand what's going on. And you need to know your worth. Don't act like a doormat. I think that some of you here need to face your fears moving forward to go into a new partnership, and you need to leave behind this damsel in distress. I need help. I'm not worthy. I'm so unhappy. I'm stuck. I hate my life. I've been screwed over. Like, you need to just take that cloak off and leave it in 2025. I think it needs to be a moment of surrender because we are in the year of the snake. It's basic, just visualize yourself completely shedding all of that skin that's been burned and stabbed and scratched and bruised, and come out smelling like fresh bouquet of roses, capable, confident, focused, been there, done that. I've learned through hard lessons. Yes, I was stuck for a long time. Yes, I've been controlled and stressed out and lived in regret and indecisiveness and cared a little too much about other people's opinions of me, cared a little too much about my mom's opinion, my dad's opinion, my mom's feelings, if my mom gonna feel betrayed. Like, I see that very focused. Some of you here are so worried or afraid of what your family is going to, how they're going to feel when you choose. I don't know why family is coming together so strongly for this career reading. This is a career reading. You have some parental figures here who are going to feel let down. But what the hell is, do you work for your parents? I don't know. Maybe you work for your parents and you don't want to work for them anymore. Do you work for your parents? I think you need their praise to feel good about yourself. Six of Wands and the Queen of Wands reversed. But you know what? Their praise, just going to focus on the parental figures for a moment. Their praise doesn't make you feel good about yourself. The Queen of Wands in the reverse is somebody that is overlooked. She acts hard only because it's like she's working overtime for some, it's kind of like holding up the mirror and wanting the mirror to be like, oh, you're so great. Oh, you're so amazing. But you're really not, actually. And you don't feel confident. It's fake confidence. Their praise only gives you fake confidence. And it's not coming from a good place. You don't feel worthy when they praise you. You don't. You don't work for your parents. And they also don't pay you. Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse. There's money issues in the family here, and you're not getting a fucking inheritance. So you better focus on your own job. The Two of Cups here is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Hermit reversed. The King of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. You are going to get this job in December that's coming out. This partnership. It looks to me that your boss or the person that you're going to partner with is fairly generous. I just think that he either overthinks things, like he's not very, like maybe he's a perfectionist with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's like maybe not too much teamwork because the Hermit in the reverse showed up. Maybe he's a one-man show and he wants a partner, but this man doesn't have clear goals. Okay, he's egotistical. He also is not open-minded. He is my way or the highway, kind of a tyrannical boss. And with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, he's lazy. Okay, he's lazy, he's unmotivated, and even though he looks like a businessman or he's grounded, he doesn't take action. He's not a visionary, this businessman, and he lacks determination. Okay, he doesn't have a direction. So I see you possibly overthinking this so much. Like, again, if you're overthinking something, is because you don't have enough information, have enough clarity. Something in your subconscious mind wants your attention, so listen to it. And since you came across this reading, now maybe you're not going to have an aneurysm worrying about something that's not even that important. And also you're going to be more confident in your dealings with people that really don't give a shit about you. Okay, angel number again is 1026, and it's a message to stay optimistic and avoid worrying about material possessions. I'm gonna grab some water. I was only gonna limit this reading to 15 minutes, but I still have a lot of cards left, so I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm thirsty. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Now, this partnership with this not a good boss, it's not going to make you happy. Okay, if you partner with people that are not happy themselves, you better believe it that they're not going to make you happy. That's why you have to cover your own ass with these people. It's not going to grow. Okay, it's not going to grow. Sun and the Star card are both reversed, and the Chariot is in the reverse. It is entirely possible here that this thing is not going to work out. This offer that comes out of nowhere, it lacks direction and clarity anyway. It's kind of like a tornado sweeping through. I want to just tell you, you're already very focused and grounded. You've done a lot of hard work already, and you've dealt with many challenges and delays. When this thing comes forward, don't let it knock you off your square, because I see you possibly here feeling very grounded and focused, and all of a sudden it's almost like you may go for it and your energy shifts to the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Like you become a little, like you show your teeth, you're like, "Arr." You know, you're like, I'm gonna go for this money. You know, there's no fucking money to go after. If it was an offer for a $10 million contract, I'd say, you know what, go ahead and be that bitch. But what the hell are you gonna ruin your vibe for? The wrong partnership? It's not worth it. Because if it doesn't work out, what's gonna end up happening here is that you're gonna get screwed over, and you're gonna be very fucking unhappy. You'll get betrayed. These men here, they're three men. They'll fuck you over. They'll fuck you over time, okay? Because these people are extremely self-interested, and they have their own challenges, okay? They're not focused on this, whatever this is, this short-term opportunity. The reason why they're contacting you with the Judgment here and the Queen of Swords in the reversed is they think that you're going to be lenient. They think that you are just as dry and jaded and hurt as them. And the reason why they're contacting you is they think that you're powerless. They think that you're limited. They're contacting you for the wrong reasons. So very low vibrational. Be very careful with this job offer. The one that comes out of nowhere that's unplanned, that's the one you need to watch out for. The only thing that comes unplanned are things that are coming to derail you. Okay, if you didn't apply for it, you didn't plan for it, and you didn't expect it, why the hell is it coming to you out of nowhere to knock you off your square? It's a distraction, actually. Yes, it's an opportunity. I kept thinking yesterday, don't start anything new in a cycle, in a huge cycle that's just trying to close the goddamn door. I did do the general December reading. It's on YouTube. I also did the love reading for December, and they're all very much the same vibe. I think they're contacting you because they think that you're just looking for an opportunity to take a leap of faith. They're contacting you because they think you don't care about partnerships or how good they are. They think maybe that you're desperate and that you yourself also are looking for something short term and you're willing to compromise. So that's the quality that, excuse me, ooh, I always sneeze. Ooh. I'm not a person that sneezes, and we have a bunch of animals in the house. I only sneeze during readings, so that was a confirmation. They think that you take the bait because you're not interested in anything long term yourself. And they actually think you're going to jump on it. You're going to jump on the contract, and you're just going to be logical about this because you're trying to leave the past behind. Maybe you had some issues with the past. They also think you have financial problems. Maybe you had a bunch of disappointments in the past and your confidence was shaken. And now you're just going to go for any small offer. Like you're willing to compromise and take your time with Page of Cups energy, like entertaining small offers. Okay, this is a small offer. It's a dead end job. They also think that you're too nice and that you're just going to take the bait for anyone that shows a little bit of emotional vulnerability with you. Maybe they think you're just an emotional basket case and that you've been fucked over in your career and that this is horrible. Like that's their opinion of you. That's why they're offering it to you. Like you're desperate and that you're going to look up to any masculine energy who's going to show you a little bit of kindness. Really, really. Nothing can be further from the truth. This is not who you are. Okay. Yes. Have you had some hardships in the past year in your finances? Yes, but you've stayed very anchored. And actually, you're a master of what the fuck you do. And these people think that you're just jaded. They think you're jaded. They think that actually they view you as somebody like emotionally imbalanced and just mentally like raw. Is that who you are? No. You're somebody that's capable. You're a master of what you do. You are an empress. You're a creator. In fact, you are above the men that are coming to you for a partnership because most of them are not in their normal high level energy. Like the King of Swords is in the reverse, the King of Wands is in the reverse. Yes, the King of Pentacles is upright, but he's also lonely. Like he's a one-man show. And you come in so resourceful, super resourceful. It's basically like you're an offering to these vultures, excuse my language. And all they're going to do is offer you a partnership so they can use you, abuse you, screw you over, not give you any credit. You're going to feel very stuck there. 8 of Cups is reversed. It's going to be a situation where it's going to be very familiar circumstances for you. Like you've done this before, okay? And maybe you're going to be like, I could handle it. Sure, but just because you can handle it doesn't mean you should. It's going to be an unsatisfying job. And it's possible here that you will leave this situation prematurely. If you're going to go into a partnership like that, I think you need to be very clear on the terms and the conditions, and also the people. The motives are very selfish, this partnership. I'm going to clarify a little bit. It's 30 minutes. Ooh, quickly clarify this. Here's what you should do. I see you getting into this partnership after thinking about it. But it's not going to be a happy partnership. You're going to continue exploring your options. This job is something that you're going to be stuck at. You're going to have to do a lot of things by yourself. And if you think the job is going to change, or if you think that the opportunity is going to improve or morph into something else, it's not. Okay, so let's say they offer you this partnership, okay, and they say a bunch of stuff. They want you to move really fast. Also, they're going to promise you things that they don't mean. Knight of Cups is in the reverse. They only want to hook you. They only draw you in, hook you. Maybe they're going to throw money at you, or they want us. The Devil and the Justice card here is definitely, it's like they're going to say everything you want to hear just to sign the contract. Something to do with the past is very relevant. I want to say the past could be repeating itself for the worst. They want to offer you this. They're going to want to sweeten the deal. But they're lying, okay? They're so fucking deceptive, these people. Very much. The Magician is in the reverse. Very manipulative. What you need to understand is this job is not really worth your time. You can still go for it. Somebody needs to pay the bills, right? But just understand that you're dealing with bad businessmen. And it's a job that is a dead end job. It's going to stress you out. You're going to be stressed out about the job. Eventually, you might just kind of really think about it and go for it, but only because you need the money. It's not going to make you happy. The Nine of Pentacles here in the reverse also says you're not going to really be rich from this job. I don't think it's something that is going to light your fire. But it is an opportunity. I just think it's like a dead end. Maybe it's just going to be a dead end job. But don't put all this pressure on yourself. I think in the coming year, I'm not gonna go live on YouTube, you guys. This is the I usually only do lengthy readings, like the monthlies and bonus annual stuff. And I go live on YouTube, but I'm most likely not gonna be doing lives and just doing pre-recorded readings. So stay tuned for that. This reading was quite harsh, like the other December readings, but I warned you in the beginning. I only read the cards. Life is not perfect, and we gotta do what we gotta do. It just makes better sense when we understand what we're getting ourselves into. Best of luck to you. See you later.